What's up, everybody? We back in there like old swimwear, some tight ass swimwear. We're doing this thing again. I don't know how long we're gonna go on today, but we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna get to my intro. You know how I do it. What's up, man? Shit, man. Just another day. We're right here, just seeing what's going on. Watching things happen and develop. We're kind of seeing a lot of things happen now. I've seen Antonio Pierce everywhere. He's been everywhere. He's on every podcast, and I'm kind of loving it. You know what I mean? Like he's bringing back, a Raider state of mind, a Raider state of way, and he's doing it, his fucking way. You know what I mean? So I'm loving this. This is something that, to be honest, has been lacking within our fan base, dude. Someone setting the culture, setting what they want, and continuously doing it. It's hard to quantify it. I mean, like, dude, we've gotten so far from the Raider way and the Raider way of doing things that a lot of it is coming back, and it's being orchestrated by our head coach. Our head coach, he's just like us. He uses cuss words. He fucking talks a lot of shit. He's confident. I mean, I love this, dude. This is what I want to see. I want to continue to see this. I woke up this morning and I watched Max Crosby shit. You know what I mean? But no, not just fire, but he's saying it with conviction in his fucking heart. He's telling people, hey, you know what, dude? You're gonna have to watch out for us because you know what, dude? We're coming. And he says something that I loved. He said he wants to look right, smell right, and hear right. And you know what, dude? I'm with it, dude. There was a lot of games, dude, that we seen that from this team, even in losses, dude. I mean, that 3-0 loss, dude. Fuck, dude. Defense gave up 3 points. You mean? But on defense, it looked right, it smelled right, and it sounded right. He brought fire to the defense. Now he's got to start working on the offensive side, and stay consistent with the defense. But before I go any further, I want to shout out Raider Q, Nubian Queen. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm sorry I haven't been hitting the little, what's up? You know what I mean? But hey, you already know. You know what I mean? Hey, and that vibe, it's contagious because now you're seeing other players start noticing. I mean, because there was a big time, dude, where this team, dude, they couldn't get free agents. And if they did, they had to overpay free agents. You know what I mean? And I mean, come on, we remember the Trent Browns of the world. You know what I mean? He got himself in shape, got himself right, got a big contract, and just slowly slipped right back to fucking fat assism. You know what I mean? And laziness. You know what I mean? And you can't, right? You know what I mean? Corey Littleton, players like that. We've had to overpay them. Even Jimmy Garoppolo, we've had to overpay a lot of players to come to this team, and I'm starting to notice too that former players and people who are coaching now and coaches, they want to come over here. They want to be a part of what's happening over here. It's kind of like when Prime went to Colorado and started bringing that fire, from Jackson State, and other coaches from around the country. They started jumping on board, and I'm starting to see that. I mean, when you interview 11 offensive coordinators, you don't pick one style. You're not going after one style of fucking offense. You're leaving it wide open. I don't give a damn. Just score some fucking points. You mean? Because that's all we fucking need. You mean I want to run the ball. I want to throw the ball deep, and I want to fucking play defense. I mean, that's what he's basically saying. You mean? And it's fucking it's contagious. It's contagious, and now fucking people are sitting there. Hey, I want to be a part of this, and this is really good. Oh yes, yes, we got some extra money. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Jimmy. Appreciate that, dog. But all seriousness, just it when you sit back and you watch what's actually going on, you watch and you're seeing what's going on. You can see that the team is finally pointed in the right direction. And is everything perfect? No, it's not, and it's not going to be perfect, dude. Uh, he's a man just like the rest of us, and and he's gonna make his mistakes, and he's gonna get a lot of things right, and I'm happy about that, and he's also bringing in guys that most people would feel threatened by. Most people would be like, I don't know if I want to bring him. He could take my fucking job. It doesn't even matter to him. He knows his position. He's confident in himself, and it's getting contagious. Hold on, I already got somebody backstage because you know me, I'm always running late. Mr. Witt, what's happening?
What you talking about, man?
Man, I'm just sitting here talking about how the difference AP has brought to this team and how he's lighting a fire underneath this team, and this team is taking notice. This team is wanting to fight. The team is going, it's really contagious, and a lot of coaches, from college, NFL, they want to be here. This is basically what Colorado did. AP's doing right now with the Raiders because people want to come coach here, and players want to come here. Players want to play for somebody that they know is going to listen to them and understands what they're going through and understands that life as a fucking as an NFL player is not, it's not black and white. There's all kinds of different shades in between, and the league and the players and the coaches have all taken notice, and people want to come. People want to be a part of this. They want to see this be built. I mean, hell, last night I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning. I was just watching. I fell asleep watching YouTube, and AP's on with Keyshawn Johnson. I mean, everybody wants to know what's going on here. Everybody wants to be a part of this. Everybody is sitting there and rooting for the Raiders because they know what he's bringing. It's not counterfeit. It's not bullshit. It's not games. It's just him, being a leader, and motivating other men, and it's a great thing.
I mean, it's the Raiders shaping themselves up to be a prime destination for free agents. So just a destination for anybody to work for. I mean, premier organization and first and foremost, but um, as far as like just playing and just coaching, it's become a prime destination. With the Raiders, as far as talking player wise, you seen the last year during the off season, during free agency, guys was like, yeah, they got the Patriot way over there. The Raiders, like, no one want to play for them. We already know how that goes for the Patriot way. So you remove all that, and you have a coach that trusts his players and lets
Empowers
his
his players.
players lets his players, you know what I'm saying, lets his players kind of like, run things a little bit. Not run everything, but you know what I'm saying, certain situations, the coach doesn't have to, be Superman. He can rely on his top dog players to, send the message. And he said that
Right.
on the rush, and he also said that on the Pivot podcast. So like the players respect him, bro. Especially him being a former player himself, playing at a high level with the Giants and Redskins, and then him winning the Super Bowl. Like, he knows what it takes to get there. He knows, you know, what, coaching wise, what it takes for the, get that team to get to that next level. So we'll see, bro.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just hired Cadillac Williams from Auburn, man.
Yeah.
That you mean?
That's a good pickup.
That's a really good pickup. I thought the Deshaun Foster pickup was good, but this is a lot better. This is a lot better. Me and my rickety ass old fucking chair. But just sitting here watching what's going on. I mean, you got to be excited. You got to understand what's going on, and dude, it's moving up. It's moving all in the right direction. It's coming together. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The Raiders get a fucking quarterback. I mean, the players are gonna flock. I think players are gonna flock on defense as of right now. Hey, you know what, dude? Sometimes I think I need to update my computer again, dude, because sometimes it just out of nowhere, it just lags out of nowhere. That or next time with the router. I mean, just because right now I'm like at the other side of the house and I'm just like getting notifications and shit. But yeah, it's fucking funny. But no, me and my Obama internet. That's funny. Maybe I should turn off the PlayStation 5. You mean, and stop sucking up all that internet, Q, you gonna have to fucking let me know what the fuck a mesh router is, bro. I don't know what the fuck that is, bro. You got my number. Call me, bro. You know what I mean? Help me out, sir. Help me out. But yeah. My shit still ain't as bad as Jones, because you remember that motherfucker be like,
Bro, that shit was just crazy as hell.
every fucking 12 seconds he was hey, I may have that Obama, but this fool had that motherfucking two squirrels in a motherfucking on a fucking wheel running producing his fucking internet shit. But
yeah, man. I mean, what else you talked about before
that's it, bro. You know me, always running late, bro. How I do.
Oh shit, okay. I was in there watching the UFC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not slandering you. There's no slander going on whatsoever. The truth is nothing but the truth. That's it. All right. So we watched the Super Bowl, right? We watched what happened in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl again. The aftermath of the Super Bowl, right? Andy Reid is fucking sitting there thanking AP for kicking the shit out of him and his team because they lost their own way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They thought they were entitled to shit. And then here come the lowly ass Raiders come by. All of a sudden, they're putting foots in asses. That defense is fucking tearing their ass up. You know what I mean? And they got the number 2 defense in the NFL. They're supposed to be, one of the greatest defenses in the fucking NFL. And bro, this lowly ass defense came in there and smacked the shit out of that whole fucking team. Show whose defense was better.
I mean, I think that the Chiefs fell off, or Kelsey don't look the same. I mean, I think we could put that to rest. I think we all ate crow on that.
right?
You know,
I'll tell you this much: he wasn't fantasy football the same.
yeah, but fantasy football ain't shit compared to the real thing.
Right. He still got another ring.
Yeah.
Hey, but let's be honest. I mean, um, there was a lot of large efforts. You can see Pat Mahomes will his team to win.
Yeah, bro. He really showed him why it's levels to the shit basically with him and then the rest of the other quarterbacks, bro. Like
Right.
I know people like to compare him and Burrow or him and Allen, and like
They got to win a chip.
he's up
Want to do that.
He's up there by himself, bro. He's up there by himself, and I hate to say it, because I hate the motherfucker, but I gotta respect it, bro. He's tough. He's a tough motherfucker. I'll tell you that.
Oh, for sure. But at the same time, these cats gotta want a chip before they can say they're anything near his class, dude. This cat's got 3 Super Bowls, dude.
Bro, yes, bro.
3. 1, 2, 3. Shit.
At 28 years old.
28.
You got Tom Brady played till he's 40. You got Aaron Rodgers playing for 40 years old.
Pat ain't playing till
like, bro, 40. You got, what I'm saying? If he really wants to, he got at least 12 more years, bro.
He got that State Farm money, bro. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good, dude. He's straight. You mean shit? And it's funny because sitting back from a distance, watching what's going on, it's like, wow. All they did was go up and fucking trade up for for the guy they wanted. That's it. Nothing else. The guy they believed in. You know what? Same here. Dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Shit. When Sabrina seen how many hats I had, she was like, "You only have one head." I was like, "Yeah, but I like changing my hat up here and there. I like putting different hats on, dude. It is what it is. I have all kinds of fucking hats. I love it." Shit. So how's your day, Whit?
Oh, chilling, bro. We hosted the elders event at the church. That was smooth. Just been at the crib chilling ever since. Got some food. Watching the All-Star competitions and then the UFC. And then we're here right now. So this has been it.
Yeah, thank you for showing up, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, just sitting here watching the landscape of everything, what's going on. So we got the combine in 3 weeks?
No. Combine is next week.
It's next week?
Yeah, the 26th. And then the 10th, then you got the contract.
So about a week and a half till the combine, right? Basically. Today's what, the 16th? 17th. All right, now fuck it. Week in a couple days.
Yeah, Monday. Next, yeah. What? Yeah, the 26th. The 26th.
Right.
So, and then after that, 2 weeks. After that, 2 weeks, you got, and that's when you can start trading because that's when the new year starts.
I think too, you can also, because this is when everything starts. come together, and people start talking, behind the scenes, and things start getting, put out there into the atmosphere. You know what I mean, about things going down. You know what I mean, honestly, I do think AP wants to get. I do think AP wants to get Jaden Daniels. I don't know if Tom Telesco is going to let him, do his thing and get him. There is a hierarchy. I do know Mark wants a quarterback. I mean, it's pretty imperative. He understands it. He's not going to win until he gets a fucking quarterback. So, yeah, these are the fucking things that we got to get done. You mean, and the sooner we get a quarterback, the sooner we start building this team. I mean, they've proven that they can be stout, but they also need to bring in a couple more offensive linemen. I would like to see something different. I would like to see Parham move to center, and Andre James, thank you for your service. I appreciate you. Once a Raider, always a Raider. But so long, sir. What can you please?
Got to go.
Please leave, sir. It's just a continuous thing with, I complain every year. If I ever see him go out and block somebody, not block anybody, or fire off the ball, that I'm pissed off about. I mean, it's just a constant thing with him. I mean, it ain't ever gonna stop. Okay. It might happen. It can happen sooner, but most likely it's probably gonna happen. I want to say draft day. I think that it'll probably happen draft day. I think that's when it's all gonna come out, and right. I mean, but fuck it, dude. I mean, if you want to make a big splash, fuck it, make a big splash. Get it announced. Sooner. I mean, the Niners did when they traded up for fuck, who the fuck did they trade up for? He's back up over there in Dallas right now. Can't think of this man's name. Anyways, I don't care. But I know that they moved. They swapped picks that year. It was from 12 to 3, and then they also did 2 first rounders, right?
Say that again.
49ers moved up from 12 to 3. They swapped first rounders, and they gave up 2 more first rounders, and I think like a third, right? A third or a fifth, something like that.
Yeah, I think a first and a third that year and 2 first rounders.
Yeah.
First rounders, yeah.
What's happening, Natural Born Raiders podcast? But yeah, just it's what's gonna happen. You mean, and I think they announced their trade like it was before the draft, right?
Yeah. So that Carolina trade happened during the tampering period last year. And then the rumors picked up, I guess, like right after the combine.
Right.
So, you can start hearing some more stuff when the combine happens, and after that, because that's when all teams be in the same place and they can negotiate and all that other stuff. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. Dude, I can't wait for the combine, bro. This is what we need, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, the Raiders can land a fucking quarterback. That's the shot on this team needs. This fan base needs. Let's be honest, dude. We need somebody. Max is a great face of the franchise, but we need his counterpart on offense. We need to have somebody else that we're sitting here. You mean that's the leader on offense? You know, and we need that. And I love Josh Jacobs. I do think he's right now. He's a front runner for that, but we're gonna need it from a key position. We need that leader of all. You know what I mean? The quarterback.
Yeah.
That's what we need, to be honest. But yeah, so we might hear some rumblings around, I don't know, the combine. It's not for sure. It may be a draft day trade. I mean, I keep hearing shit, Washington fans, they're all in on trading up to 1 to get Caleb.
Yeah.
They all want him. You know what I mean? And a lot of the reporters are reporting that they're willing to go do that. They're willing to go bite the bullet and give up extra trade capital to get to number 1. You know what I mean? So we'll see. We will see. I mean, because that literally puts a monkey wrench in everything, because that gives the Chicago Bears to get an ungodly amount of draft capital. If they're willing to move on from 1, they're willing to move on from 2. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they can be sitting in a position where the next 3 years they're going to have 3 first-round draft picks. They're going to have 9 first-round draft picks in the next fucking 3 years, dude. This is fucking crazy, the type of haul that they can get. You mean?
Yeah. Like, I was talking, Bears and everything like that, bro. Like, they can mess around and get 3 hauls.
Think so?
They can they can trade from 1 to 2 with Washington. Washington can give up the farm, then move up 1 slot to get Caleb. That's cool. Boom. Then they got 2. So now you still got teams calling, want to get that second pick. They either get May or get Daniels at 2. Boom. That's
Right.
another haul. Then they still got to think too that they have the 9th pick. So say if a team wants to trade up, they panic and want to get JJ McCarthy or something like that before any other team does, then
Michael Penix.
or what I'm saying, Michael Penix, that could be another haul. Or if not, then they can get their old lineman for to protect Justin Fields.
Bro, they can be sitting pretty in about 3 years. Literally,
Bro, yes.
make their whole fucking team.
Yes, they could just be greedy. And it's just like, my thing is that if you look at the team, it's like, just my thinking is like, if you look at your team and the way your team is shaping up, you can afford to go, trade up the farm to get your quarterback. If you think you're a quarterback away, then go ahead. But if you have a whole lot of holes to fill and you need a quarterback, you might need to reconsider, giving up the farm, giving up to the future for just a quarterback.
But at the same time, every team's gonna have some holes. You mean?
I know, but like, old line holes. You got defense holes, and then you gotta get cap space. Like, it's
Well, since Jimmy Garoppolo had to go and fuck around and find out, right?
Yeah.
Letting him go, letting Renfro go, the Raiders gonna have about $75 million in space, bro.
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, that's a heavy haul, bro. You can get you a D tackle. You can pay a D tackle. You can pay a fucking right tackle. I mean, shit's shaping up really, really solid for the Raiders. And thank you, Jimmy. We appreciate you. You know what I mean?
You're a true Raider. Like, I appreciate you, bro.
Hey, bro. Once the
anytime you want to come back, bro, just let us know. Like,
hey, bro. Jimmy should never have to pay for a meal in Vegas ever again.
Damn right.
Ever again. I
Ever.
appreciate you, sir. Yeah. Fuck, dude. This dude. Bro, that's a lot of money, dude. That's a lot of fucking
Bro, that's a
money.
lot of like 22 million back in our pocket. Phew.
Fuck, man, that's a lot of fucking money, dude. Yeah, I do think Russell Wilson will be let go. They tried forcing him to waive his all his money and shit, bro. They do not want him in Denver. Uh so they're gonna end up having to pay him. They're about to be in salary cap hell. Uh Thank you, John Elway. I appreciate you, sir, for running this team into the ground. They got a lot of great defenders. You mean? Well, you seen they let all their fucking pass rushers go last year, so maybe next year they'll start letting their secondary go. I mean, because that's the real meat of their defense is their secondary. You know, maybe they let them start letting them go. I mean, they gonna have to piece up with that money somehow.
Yeah, but I feel like hopefully, this 70 mil, but hopefully we get aggressive in free agency. Get some depth, fill some holes, but just get aggressive. Like,
And that's the funny thing. Free agency is before the draft. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
and all
like,
that's my thing too, Rich. Like we are talking about this today. I joined the space. I joined a Patriots, New England Patriots space, and we were talking, and I was like, bro, like this Carolina deal happened in the tampering period of free agency. Like it happened like literally like before free agency, like a day or two. So like they're gonna try their hardest to move up, you know, in that tampering period. And if it's not looking good, then they probably look the veteran route or try again, during draft day. But
right,
I think that that tampering period in March is going to tell us our direction of this team and what we're going to do at that quarterback
March
position.
1st,
You said what?
March 1st, then.
No, not even March 1st. Like I say, like 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 March 10th, March 11th, because I think the 11th is the start of the tampering period.
Okay, I thought it was always March 1st.
I don't know. I may be wrong, but like I follow like a calendar, like on Twitter and stuff like that. And so
Right. But yeah, man, I'm just fucking sitting here. I'm excited for what's coming up. I'm excited for uh what's happening. I'm excited to see what the fuck's they're gonna do. Bro, they land me a quarterback. It's on, dude. It's on, dude.
mm-hmm.
So is that a total $23 million?
22, 22.5.
Okay, so it's 17 million.
So like the void his guaranteed money in 2024 is voided to that 11 and a half. And then now if you cut him, I guess like before like that March period,
Mm-hmm.
or if you make him a post June, then you save another 11 and a half.
Oh,
Well,
blackout day.
another 11 mil, excuse me.
Okay. But yeah, players do want to play for AP. Players understand that AP is letting his players be the leaders in the locker room. Um, um, and I'm happy for what we're seeing this team do. I mean, it's dude, it's dude. This is not shit we was gonna get from John Gruden. You mean John Gruden had to be the guy? You mean? Yep. I mean, we were never gonna get this from John Gruden. We were never gonna get this from fucking uh, Josh McDaniels. I mean, I'm just happy. I mean, you got coaches wanting to come here. You got fucking players wanting to come here. You see Brandon Ayuk out there throwing shit around, right? You know what I mean? You see him throwing shit around. You know what I mean? Like he's ready to come to the black team. You know what I'm saying? So fucking nice. So fucking nice sitting here watching things, dude. Watching things unravel. Is everything perfect? No. But things are fucking looking way better than before. My brother Twan, what's happening, brother? Man, shit. Get this real quick.
Yeah, bro. So like, you know, I feel like my thing is that if we get like, I want us to get in the top 3, but I'd rather for us to get 2. But I don't think we can get 2 because they're gonna get a quarterback regardless. But we gotta just hope. We gotta hope that they made that trade with the Commanders to move from 2 to 1.
Right. I mean, because that move right there just lets everybody know that fucking dude, Chicago's in for business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're open for business. Let's get this, you know.
Yeah,
And
my thing is that I'd rather like I'm more concerned if Chicago takes Caleb and Washington's there too. Cause I feel like if Caleb is there at 1, I think Washington's gonna try to take Daniels.
hey, bro, but at the same time, dude, Drake May's not a bad consolation
It's
prize.
not, and I think Drake May is
It's
probably gonna
not.
be he's probably gonna be the second best, or probably even the best quarterback coming out. I mean, at the end, but it's just that it's like the fit, like the culture fit and shit like that.
Right. Not only that, dude, but you see the players are already accustomed to Jaden Daniels. You mean they already know him, they're already comfortable with him, they're ready to roll with him. Obviously we have, there's a connection between him and AP. It's just too much right, way too much right, to not go do this. What's happening, Twan?
Hey, what's going on with you, fam? How are you doing?
Man, dude, just living, breathing, and thanking God every day. Thank you, Jesus.
Hey, that's the best way to go. Sometimes the road is not the smoothest road, but if you take that attitude, the road seems a little smoother.
Hey, bro, I'll tell it like this, dude. I'm broker than I ever have been. You mean?
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm happier than I ever been, dude. And that's the biggest thing to
Wow.
do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And some people, some people's happiness is based on the dollar amount that's in their bank account, and if you can get past that, you know you'll actually find some things. I've actually found that I've had more peace when I didn't have, you know all the money. You know what I'm saying? I remember when, I'm not saying I've been a millionaire or anything like that, but I'm just thinking about the times where money was flowing constantly, and the peace that I have in my broker times were better than those times. So
Right.
sometimes peace is something, they always say, peace is something that money can't buy, and definitely that was one of them. So
Right.
But what was y'all talking about? I know y'all wasn't talking about peace and money. I know you guys was probably
But we
talking
were
about a
talking
little football.
about trading up for a quarterback, and then how we
Okay.
see the team is it needs a little bit more than a quarterback,
Hmm.
but you get a rookie quarterback in, you can start piecing things together. I mean, because they're gonna have to pay Timo. I mean,
Mm.
Trayvon Moore. They're gonna have to pay a couple. They're gonna have to pay a couple people on that defense. You mean,
Uh-huh.
you get a quarterback in, and you get him on a rookie contract. You can start building a really solid defense and a really solid offense around him. You can afford to pay Josh Jacobs. You mean, whether he doesn't have to, where the young quarterback doesn't have to carry the team on his back. You mean,
Exactly.
and things like that. I think there's a lot of talent on this team. I think if you want to maximize the talent on this team, fuck them picks. That's what I'm thinking. Fuck them picks. Them picks ain't worth shit to me. I didn't see Cleve Farrell get drafted, Damon
Right.
Arnett get drafted, Henry Ruggs get drafted. Let's see who else. Fucking Jonathan Abram get drafted.
Man, we would be here for 10 hours going through all those names.
Let's
And
go back. Let's go Robert Gallery, fucking DHB. Man, fuck them picks. I'm
yeah.
cool. We got a solid. That's right.
It's one of those things, brother. I'm not I'm not, and by no means am I saying this is what I believe that we should do, but we're in a situation where hypothetically we can address everything else and get everything else and still not get our quarterback.
Yeah.
And for some of us will be okay with it, and some of us will lose our minds. And like we're talking about it even right. A lot of us have been talking about it of trading up. Now that's if the water is warm. That's if the mood is right. That's if the moon is setting in the right position and the sun is in its right position. There's a whole bunch of things that have to line up for us to trade up. We have to have the right partner that wants to trade up with us and not take advantage of us in hopes of trying to trade up. So
Hey,
there,
but at the
there's
same
a
time, though, there's no price you don't pay for the fucking right guy. And being
very
taken
true.
advantage of and finding the right guy behind center is a difference between beating a legit team in the NFL
Hmm.
and just another team collecting a check. That's the seriousness of it, dude. Because there's only like 8 teams actually trying to actually win the Super Bowl. 8
Hmm.
at any given season. You know what I'm saying? So, like, dude, bro, scared. I'm gonna put it right here. Thank you, Q. Because you know what? Right before I clicked it, I was about to say it. Scared money don't make money, bro. You know what I mean? Scared money don't make money, bro.
No,
And
I'm with getting the quarterback, but I'm just saying I'm trying to look at the other scenarios that w- what if we what I'm saying, instead of those top guys that a lot of us has been speaking about, what if they stayed at 13 and decided, okay, we just go ahead and get this offensive tackle.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's as much as we want the quarterback, you know what I'm saying, in the first round. As much as we want to go ahead and get one of those guys, you know, and we can say, you know, the Caleb Williams, the Jaden Daniels, the Drake May, you know, those are kind of the top three guys right now on, you know, that are kind of bracketed on that top end of the draft. But
Right.
what if, well, again, what if they just say we just go ahead and get this offensive tackle, even though we know our biggest issue last year was our offensive line. So if they went there, are we going to be mad that they actually went to go get that offensive
Our
tackle?
biggest issue wasn't the offensive line. Our biggest issue was the quarterback. I mean, that's been our biggest issue for years. Has
So
been the
you
quarterback.
don't. So you think our offensive line has actually been good?
Our offensive line's been top 10 rated the past 2 years. I mean,
Okay.
in 2022, we started the 31st ranked unit, and then we finished top 10 at the end of the season, and then they carry on to this season. But I mean, as far as Raider fans, like we see that our O line, as far as like the interior, like DeAndre James, and we see the Van Roten from time to time. We see that we can provide upgrade, you know, in those spots. But if you look at these other O lines across the league, it's like we have it better than them
And some of
statistically.
it too is that we're just fucking so spoiled with offensive line play. If it doesn't look like car insurance, you know, Hudson, Osemele, Gabe Jackson, fucking Donald Penn. If it don't look like that squad, it ain't good. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Yeah,
And that's not even the case, bro. I mean, look, it's a solid unit. I'm not saying they're world beaters or anything. I mean, what I'm saying is you need a couple pieces on the offensive line. You can address that in free agency. You
mm.
know what I mean? The biggest problem is that we have a bunch of fucking weapons and we can't even use them. You know what I mean, we had a game where we lost 0-3 at home. 0-3. You know what I mean?
And you contributed that solely on the quarterback play.
I'm not putting that completely on the quarterback. I'm not.
Okay.
You can't. You mean you can't? I'm gonna put it all on the offense. Defense shuts a team, bro. 3 fucking points, bro. Defense
Mm,
gives 3 fucking points, and you can't do better than that. You know what I mean
mm.
that's not good. Now I do think this team needs a quarterback. It needs an actual leader. You know.
I mean, we saw that in the Super Bowl. You know, we saw two real good defenses, and you know, I know a lot of us have begin the Niners heck, and we should, because again, they have a coach over there that's supposed to be the offensive guru, and you're telling me he couldn't put up he couldn't put up points, but hey, you know. But what happens? The defensive coach gets fired.
Yeah,
You
Steve
know,
Wilkes fired because
because the offense
because
couldn't put up points.
because he wants to run inside zone. I mean outside zone all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And knowing damn well that the Chiefs got fucking 6 men on the line of scrimmage, bro, all day long, bro.
yeah,
Last time I mean, fuck, they even dropped a safety down too. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You know, last time I checked, you know, 6 versus 5 is a bigger number. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You know,
Absolutely. But back to the trading up to go get the quarterback. Like as much as I would like for us to do that, I'm also looking at the other variables that, like, what if we address everything else? We fixed the offensive line, we did what we needed to get on, we got what we needed to get on the defensive side of the ball. We actually got our, identified who our pass rusher is. We literally got, I'm gonna say it, we literally did what the Niners did, got everything we needed, and then just threw whatever quarterback out there, and or maybe roll with the Aiden O'Connell. Will we be mad at that?
see, the problem is is the quarterback play in the AFC is completely different from the NFC. In the NFC, that shit is cool. It's
No,
not-
I get that, but I'm just saying in that structural format of you have a stacked
You'll never
team and
win.
the
You'll never win.
possibly the weakest link is maybe still
The
you could
quarterback.
do better at quarterback, but
Yeah.
you're in the dance because that everything else is solid on the team.
Man, it starts with the quarterback. I mean, like we seen it in the Super Bowl. We've seen the playoffs, man. If you had that guy under center, you know what I'm saying, special things can happen for your team. Like, you know, it's like I'm not knocking Aiden O'Connell. Like, I hope he gets better. Like, having a full all season, but at the end, he was the one of the last picks in the 4th round. And he was drafted by Josh McDaniels. Like, you know, with new regimes, they want to bring in their new people. And the same thing with AP. It's like, hey, AP doesn't have a D'Amico Ryan 6-year deal. Like, he's trying to win now. He's trying to get this shit right now. So it's just like you have, you know what I'm saying? With that is like time is not on his side. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like in his eyes, like he's trying to win now. So if you look at the defense that we have, and you know what I'm saying, and most of these guys are coming back, and then you solidify, you know, the offensive line and just bring in and have the same offensive weapons, you know, we haven't even seen what Michael Mayer can really do, to be honest. So it's like, yeah,
Agreed.
so it's like you go all in on your quarterback, and hopefully some of those picks are in the future, so you can still have picks to work with this year to fill some of those holes on the offensive line, like we were talking about, and possibly like a defensive player or two, because we're thinking that, you know, with this $70 million, hopefully we can, you know, bring in some guys on the defensive side, you know, some quality guys, and be aggressive on both sides, but also bring in some depth pieces. So now, once the draft comes, you're not sweating about going all in for your quarterback because you filled those holes that you needed to fill.
Yeah. I mean, Telesco's definitely gonna have to make his money. You know what I'm saying? In both areas, whether it's free agency and in the draft, because that's where we are as a team. It's not like, oh, we can just wait to the draft to address everything. We're really gonna have to. And again, like you said, we do have a little bit of change in regards to our free agency. But also, with that being said, there's a lot of guys that are on this roster that we need to retain too. So, it's going to be up to Telesco and staff.
Yeah.
What's happening, Dirty?
It's good with you, man. How y'all doing?
Man,
Good,
just
man.
sitting here
What's going on?
talking Raiders football. You know,
Yeah,
be excited. You know,
I understand. I'm all for going to get a quarterback in the first round. Trade up, whatever you got to trade up to get one. At this point in time, you kind of need it. You know what I mean? The only way the Raiders are really gonna be able to continue to be contenders is that this defense, stays the way it is. But you go out, you get your offensive line, you get your quarterback who can actually deliver. You know what I mean? And if that means trading up into the top 5, top 3, in order for you to get that quarterback, by all means, you have to do it. You got to look at what the AFC West offers at this point in time. You have Andy Reid, Sean Payton, and you just added Jim Harbaugh. In order for you to keep pace with that, you have to have a quarterback who can come in and actually play ball. I'm not shitting on Aiden O'Connell, but if you think that he's the guy, the answer, then you have an issue with how you judge football. Kid's not the answer. He's a solution. He's a short-term solution. You know what I mean? And that's what he was. He was a short-term solution for the fact that we had Jimmy G and he was better. Now, when you have quarterbacks in this draft that are by far exceeding standards that Aiden O'Connell cannot even reach just yet,
yes, sir.
you got to go get that. You got to go get that. It's not a question. You know what I mean? And AP said it himself. I watched the Pivot podcast. I could read between the lines. He said it himself. Why not? Why I can't? For what reason can I not? You know what I mean? So they know what they need to in order to get to the next level. You know what I mean? What we don't have here is a regime with an ego. You know what I mean? What we have here is a regime without an ego. Those other guys came in here and literally wanted things done their way. They sabotaged this team. They sabotaged Derek Carr. They sabotaged Hunter Renfrow. They sabotaged Josh Jacobs. All the key leading points from the season before they got here. They did their best to bury all three of them in order for them to get the program that they wanted to get. And then what happened with that program? That program ended up being shit.
Right? The
So
whole team quit on the fucking coach.
if they feel like trading up to get a quarterback is the answer, nigga, who am I to say that they are fucking wrong? Because I've been wanting one for a minute. I said it on my show last night, bro. No, the night before, Saturday, Thursday. Because today's Friday, Saturday. Today's Saturday, Friday, Thursday. Yeah. Give me somebody like Derek Carr without the turnovers.
Bro,
Give me somebody like him without the turnovers.
we've been putting band-aids over the quarterback position and just the team in general for the past decade. And where does that lead us to? 6 to 9 win seasons without
Let's
those
be
honest. 2 seasons where we went to the wild card. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
let's be honest. If we take the turnover ratio away from Derek Carr, right? Are we a playoff team based on our offense? Because our defense was trash. We've never had a defense like what we had last year in a I won't say never, but we haven't had one in a very long time. A very long time. I don't think not a single year that Derek Carr was quarterback where we ranked above 20 at any point in time. At any point in time. Now, I'm just saying, if you give me a quarterback with his toughness, with his football IQ that doesn't turn the ball over in bad situations, I'm happy with that, man. You give me somebody like him, tough, you know what I mean? Somebody that played through injuries, somebody that's physical, you know what I mean? Somebody with a high IQ, somebody with great arm strength, somebody who can hit the deep ball accurate without the turnovers. Now I'm sold, bro. I'm sold. Because them turnovers is really what hurts him. If he didn't turn the ball over so much, nobody would have an issue with how he played. It's his turnover.
It's his turnovers and it's his tendencies too, man. It's just like, and his decision making is last minute decision making, bro. Like when stuff.
Let's throw that up to the turnovers, because through all those bad decisions, there was a turnover.
Yeah, like
you know what I mean. But when he was on point, he was on point.
Yeah.
So you take away that turnover shit, that indecisiveness, and that give me somebody with that, bro. I'm good. I'm good.
At the same time, I want somebody who can use his legs, because they're gonna have to grow into something like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, but if you can use your legs as another weapon, because most teams don't account for the quarterback. You know what I mean? So if you can use your legs, get yourself out of trouble by your team. We see quarterbacks throughout this NFL all the time buy their fucking receivers time to get open. You know, if we get somebody who can do that, you mean just an extra second.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, it's just like we just need something. We just need something new, like the AFC. Like Rich was saying, bro. Like we had no room for error, especially the quarterback position. Like we can't keep putting band-aids on these situations that we gotta we gotta address, bro. Like if you just look at the AFC, what we have to deal with, like AFC West, Mahomes, Herbert, AFC North, Joe Burrow, Lamar, possibly Justin Fields and Steelers. That's picking up. I mean, Deshaun Watson, AFC East, Tua, Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers. You know, AFC South, Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Trevor Lawrence, CJ Stroud. Like, like,
Well, you're not going to be able to compete
like
without a
you
quarterback.
can't, like,
You can't compete without a quarterback.
yeah, like you see the trend. Like, you got to have a quarterback in the AFC, man. Like, you can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't mess around. Like, with like
Mhm.
the thing about this is that when Derek Carr, like, it's crazy because when Derek Carr went from the AFC to NFC, he was like considered like a top 5 quarterback in the NFC at one point. So it's
Right.
just like that. It just tells you that huge difference between the AFC and the NFC. Like, you can't mess around in the AFC, especially in the AFC West, because you don't want to keep being second place, third place, fighting to get a wild card spot every year. You want to win a division, so you can be solid, so you can have a guaranteed spot, and you know what I'm saying, in the playoffs. So, you know what I'm
Possibly
saying,
have a bye week.
like, and my thing is that, you know what I'm saying, my pushback when people say that, you know, like, we can still go the veteran route, we could build around them. Like, bro, like, we done that for the past decade, past 20 years, and it hasn't been working in our favor. But also too is that you
Since
see the perfect
2007.
example. You seen the perfect example with the Texans last year. They went from a 2-win team, a 2-3-win team, to in the divisional round with a rookie head coach in 1 year
And a rookie quarterback.
and a rookie
But
quarterback in 1 year.
but I would push back on that a little bit. I like, I'm not completely disagreeing with you, but the Texans, they've been actually secretly building their roster for years now. They've been the top. They've been in the top 10 of I don't know how many years drafts, picking guys, and this was their year to go ahead and get their quarterback. They've been quietly, stacking their roster. When you look at the players that they have, a lot of the guys that they've had were they were young, and it was just like, okay, when they actually they're going to turn that loop and actually be something. And again, when you I don't disagree with you when it comes to getting a quarterback, because I feel like we should get a quarterback, but I'm just saying, for the sake of conversation, what if we addressed everything else and did not get the quarterback? Are we going to be dissatisfied?
Yes.
We're yeah. I mean, because we're gonna keep. I'm gonna push back on that the Texas thing, but it's like we're gonna keep building around this quarterback for the next 5
Hmm.
years, and Mahomes is gonna end up in those 5 years having 2 more Super Bowl wins. Like, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody like a Joe Burrow comes along. Like, these quarterbacks are gonna come along and win these Super Bowls. But my thing
Hmm.
is that with the Texans is that you got to think too with Bill O'Brien. They did have that roster and they did have those draft picks, but he did come in there and he butchered that roster too when he traded Hawkins,
Okay.
Watt,
But
and also David Johnson too.
I
So
think the Texans came into the NFL in 2003, right?
yeah, I think so, something like that too.
Okay. So they've invested 3 high draft picks at the quarterback position, right? In the last 37 years, the Raiders have invested 2 high draft picks, right? I'm talking about high first rounders in the quarterback position. You mean?
Hmm.
2 is Todd Marinovich and fucking Russell Wilson. That's it.
I mean, Jamarcus Russell.
Or fucking Jamarcus Russell, whatever. They play
Hmm.
the same right now. Fucking Jamarcus Russell. My bad. Jamarcus Russell. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You mean
Yeah.
they have not trying to win the way they used to win? It's not going to happen. You mean like it's really really not gonna happen. You mean it's not. You know, fucking dude, you gotta have a young quarterback. You gotta build a team around him, and then you gotta start fucking drafting really fucking good. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you have a young quarterback, that means you have 5 years where his contract is really, really cheap, right? And what you do, your first three, your seconds, your thirds, and everything else, dude, you gotta hit. You gotta hit, you gotta do the best you can. You gotta find starters, but you're able to actually pay guys too. You mean like Max Crosby should be a top three paid fucking defensive fucking end in the league. He's not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
Bro,
he's gonna start asking for some money next year. You know what I mean?
I mean,
And he deserves every penny.
we guiding these guys on a roster on a bargain deal. Like if you look at the outlook of our roster, most of these guys have a year or two left. So it's like even we're talking about having 70 mil in cap space this year. We might mess around and have close to 100 mil next year to work with in cap space. So it's like, and even too, you know, if we extend some guys, that's cap space added on to this year as well too. So it's just like, you know, we have all the tools we can as far as like building a roster and also trading those picks to get your quarterback. So you can literally check off all the boxes this all season as far as what you need to do to roll into the 2024 season.
No, I and,
So
and I. Oh, go ahead.
now I was just saying that these past three years is like we've had the roster, like the average roster or the above average roster to make that move. You know, we had the roster last year to make that move for CJ Stroud. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, or Bryce Young, whatever. But it's like this year, the roster is even better than 2022 season. And it's just like, you know, why not?
Yeah. No, and I get that, and I'm again, I'm for that. Um, I just feel like we need to um really look at how um we go about these contracts too. Because I just don't want to be forking out money. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you know what I'm saying. I don't know if you talked about it, but I'm glad that Jimmy G fumbled the bag so that we can get some of that
Literally,
money back.
literally
You know what I'm
fumbled
saying? He really fumbled.
the
He fumbled the bag, and that helps our situation. But also, with that being said, we're talking about getting that young quarterback. I think no matter what, we're still going to have to go ahead and get a quarterback because in honesty, when you look at our room, we only have really one quarterback in our room because nobody's believe. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy G's gone.
I
Let's
honestly,
just say it like that, and we don't believe in Hoyer.
Hoyer's contract is guaranteed for this year.
Yeah, we don't believe in Hoyer. So we need three, if not four quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying, going into training camp. So you know what I'm saying, with us having I'll say it, with us having 1.5 quarterbacks, we're gonna have to address that room somewhere, whether it's free agency or in the draft. And again, I agree with you guys. I think we need to address that in the draft.
Yeah, I think if we just go ahead and knock it out of the park. My biggest thing is in most drafts, right? You compare the quarterbacks with the quarterbacks who are coming out, right? I believe that this year's top three quarterbacks you can compare against the last 10 fucking years quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And they would still end up being top 5. And I think Caleb would be number 1. You know what I mean? In the last 10 years. He'd be the number 1 overall pick. And I think Jaden Daniels would still be top 5. I think it's that special of a fucking draft class, the top 3 quarterbacks. You can compare them for the last 10 years. This is not the draft where you got fucking what's old boy went to Cleveland
Baker Mayfield
Baker Mayfield. This is not fucking
or Manziel or whatever.
Yeah, this is not that kind of draft, bro. You know what I mean? These guys are special, and these guys are game changers. And I'm gonna say that about May also. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But look, I've been on for an hour and 10 minutes. I love y'all. Q, Nubian, Cool Kev. Excuse me, Cool Kev. I'm sorry I didn't shout you out, bro. You know I really, really appreciate all the support you give my channel. Twan, you know you always welcome to roll up, brother. You know
Appreciate you, man.
Always welcome to roll up. Wait, you already know what's up. But yeah, I'm gonna end this. Y'all brothers have a great night. Remember, everybody, love your family. Love everybody who loves you. Take time to tell them that you love them. Life is short, and you never know what's gonna happen. You know, love your people. Anything you get from anything I ever say, man, love your people. Love the people who love you. It's very, very important. And sometimes just out of nowhere saying I love you, man, can change your loved one's fucking day. But I'm out. Peace. Love you guys. Hey, Whit, Twan, I'll hit y'all later. Y'all have a good one.
All right. Have a blessed night.
You too, sir.